Financial Resource Network of Florida. This is a proposal to be the most efficient and effective financial network in Florida. This proposal will cover why cultivating the organizational culture is crucial, who it affects, where it begins, what it accomplishes, how it affects the company, the staff, the client, compliance, and the bottom line. Financial Resource Network of Florida will benefit from creating an organizational culture of the company. A strong organizational culture will enhance internal and external communications to promote long-term employee and client relationships. Research suggests that a clear, concise, well-organized organizational culture promotes a common interest, a common goal, a better working environment, high morale, high confidence, and it allows the employees to be more productive and positive. It allows the communication efforts to be more fluid within the company, which increases the client confidence in the organization. Most importantly, it increases the bottom line and eliminates waste by increasing the efficiency. Creating a strong organizational culture will accomplish a clear and concise message from the company informing the public, which includes clients and employees, what the company's values, norms, and beliefs are, as well as forming the practices whereby these means are expressed, affirmed, and communicated to members. Creating a strong organizational culture will define the changes made within the company. The company has doubled its staff. Therefore, the company needs to make the new employees knowledgeable of its mission and where the company stands within the economic culture in which it thrives. Clear and concise communication of these efforts allows the employees to find a common goal and interest within the organization. The employees are able to grasp onto an idea or a concept and feel like they are part of something greater than themselves. They become energetic, positive, and ambitious to do more, therefore being more productive, which creates larger profit margins. Despite the fact that most resist change, research has shown that resistance to change can be reduced by informing employees of the change and giving them an explanation as to why the change is taking place, so that they are able to feel assured that the change is in the best interest of the company as well as the employees. However, in order to accomplish this, the culture must be clear, defined, communicated, and organized into a vision that is easily portrayed. It also must be innovative and motivating. The end result will be a positive reflection of the company that is clearly and concisely communicated to the public, the clients, and the employees. Organizational culture dictates how each member will act toward fellow members and outsiders. Organizations have cultures that govern how members behave. It is concerned with how employees perceive the characteristics of an organization's culture, not whether they like them. It's a descriptive term. In contrast, job satisfaction seeks to measure how employees feel about the organization's expectations, reward practices, and the like. Job satisfaction is evaluative rather than descriptive. Organizational culture has 7 primary characteristics that capture its essence. They are as follows: innovation and risk-taking. This is the degree to which employees are encouraged to be innovative and take risks. Attention to detail. This is the degree in which employees are expected to exhibit precision, analysis, and attention to detail. Third, outcome orientation. The degree to which management focuses on results or outcomes rather than on the techniques and processes used to achieve them. People orientation is the 4th. This is the degree to which management decisions take into consideration the effective outcomes on people within the organization. 5th is the team orientation. the degree to which work activities are organized around teams rather than individuals. 6, you have the aggressiveness, which is the degree to which people are aggressive and competitive rather than easygoing. 7, you have stability. This is the degree to which organizational activities emphasize maintaining the status quo in contrast to growth. Organizational culture tends to develop in response both to the environment in which the business operates and to the needs of the employees. 4 distinct factors contribute to an organization's culture: its history, its environment, its selection process, and its socialization processes. History is the way things are done, the existing values that a strong leader have established originally or constantly and subtly reinforced by experiences. The environment is how laws and regulations affect our business. This is where being compliant plays a big role in the culture of an organization. The selection process refers to the way the organization is staffed and the personalities, skills, and talents that are being sought out. The socialization process is the adaptation process by which new employees are introduced and indoctrinated into the organization. A strong corporate culture is clearly defined, reinforces a common understanding about what is important, and has the support of management and employees. Such a culture contributes greatly to an organization's success by creating an understanding about how employees should behave. Characteristics of a strong corporate culture are that members share clear values and beliefs about how to succeed, agree on which beliefs are more important, and have the rituals of day-to-day organizational life are well organized and consistent with company goals. The opportunities that we have are that we need an organized culture. We need procedures and standard processes and an efficient communication and efforts, because right now we are lacking those. The purpose of this is because organized culture creates a sense of purpose, the procedures and standard processes builds confidence, and efficient communication and efforts generates profit. Why organizational culture? For incoming employees in the upper ranks, companies often put considerably more time and effort into the socialization process. The socialization process is the process that helps new employees adapt to the prevailing culture. This is important, especially when doubling your staff within such a short period of time. Organizational culture is the foundational building block within an organization. A strong, positive organizational culture motivates and encourages the organization's relationships. Alan Kennedy, an expert on organization culture, believes there's only 5 reasons that justify a large-scale culture change. One of those 5 is that the organization is small but growing rapidly. This is where Financial Resource Network of Florida falls into play. Organizational culture affects every aspect of the business. It affects the employees by telling them what the expected behavior is, what the expected dress code is, and how they are expected to interact within the organization. Organizational culture affects the client and the public that have relations with the organization. By the organization's practices when it comes to how the phone is answered, how the employees present themselves, and the quality of service that is demonstrated. Organizational culture begins with the strategic and upper management. The ultimate source of an organization's culture is its founder. Then, the employees hired by the founder indoctrinate and socialize others to their way of thinking and feeling. And finally, the founder's owner, the founder's own behavior encourages employees to identify with them and internalize their beliefs, values, and assumptions. When the organization succeeds, the founder's personality becomes embedded in the culture. An organizational culture establishes common practices within the organization. It gives employees a set of similar experiences. It establishes norms and behaviors within the organization. It creates a positive, motivating atmosphere in which people want to be a part of. This attitude and enthusiasm is then displayed to current and potential clients who also start to learn and appreciate the warmth and friendliness of the culture that has been created, thus sustaining the relationships of the clients. Strong organizational culture. How cultivating the organizational culture affects the company is the proper way to think, act, and behave within an organization. Organizational culture, when staff is unhappy, they are less efficient, less effective, and more likely to squander work hours or quit. Stress affects not just morale, but a company's bottom line. Therefore, an organization which has a strong culture is an organization that is able to become institutionalized. When an organization undergoes institutionalization and becomes institutionalized, that is, it is valued for itself and not for the goods or services it produces, it takes on a life of its own, apart from its founders or members. Organizational culture is a guide for the staff and the company. It stabilizes everything so that the processes of the business run smooth. Like a well-oiled machine, it creates the common goal, objectives, and interests. Everyone within the organization agrees on what needs to be done and how to get it done, because the culture tells them that the company thinks this is important, why it's important, and how to be successful. Culture creates efficiency. Organizational culture affects the client's view and perception of the organization. The company can utilize its website to communicate its culture. Remember, organizational culture is descriptive. Therefore, things like the company's mission statement, goals, objectives, those are ways to communicate organizational culture. However, it also overlaps with the evaluative term, job satisfaction. This is where utilizing pictures can create a feel for the client to become attached to and a part of. For example, when I was at my previous job, I created an atmosphere with my employees that inspired my clients to want to come visit us just to hang out. Our clients enjoyed our place of business so much that they considered us to be a place to visit at their leisure. This kind of environment is what gives our clients the comfort level needed for them to make a choice that allows our organization to become institutionalized. Organizational culture starts with the founders hiring employees that reflect their own way of thinking and behaving. This includes morals and ethics. Good, strong, ethical practices of a company create a positive public image. A positive public image creates the company's rapport, which leads to institutionalization. Therefore, staying compliant and continually making the right ethical decisions within the organization's practices reflects positively within the community and therefore is the foundational start to the company's public reputation. The main goal is to become institutionalized. Once a company is institutionalized, it doesn't have to worry about going out of business. This means the proper organizational culture has been established and put into place, and it has been effectively communicated and practiced, so the bottom line is now efficient. The action plan to get here, my recommendation 1. Conduct a staff meeting. Communicate the entire process of what you do to the staff. Share your vision of the company with them. Secondly, create a company website. Ensure the company website communicates the culture you, as the founder, wish to display. Remember, organizational culture is a descriptive term. Also show the viewers your vision of the culture you create in your company. Show them who you see yourself as and how your company and staff work as one to accomplish the vision and goals of the organization. Define roles. You have just doubled your staff within a short period of time. Employees need to feel secure, safe, and needed in the long-term sense. This can happen by creating an organizational climate. An organizational climate refers to the shared perceptions organizational members have about their organization and work environment. Just a few of the dimensions of organizational climate are safety, justice, diversity, and customer service. Next, you have to assign roles with specific job titles. Now that there are clear and concise roles for positions available within your organization, you need to give the positions job titles. Then each employee must be given a title with a clear and concise role or job description to go with the title. Next, make a conscientious effort to communicate to the appropriate staff member your needs based on each employee's function within the business process. This is the most vital step. This piece will pull everything together. Your attention to detail within this step will demonstrate your passion and commitment to your organization and its success. This step will confirm to your staff that you are in control and drive the business forward in a successful manner. You are concerned, considerate, and knowledgeable of the business process, and you make the appropriate effort to ensure all staff members are treated as equals, and you make sure you don't overwhelm one versus another, because you are well aware that this creates tension and stress in the work environment. And you know that by creating tension and stress in the work environment, you are defeating the purpose of moving forward and making the organization the most effective and efficient running machine possible. Lastly, evaluate client feedback and the company's bottom line. At the end of 3 to 6 month period, you can evaluate the client feedback via their attitude and response rate to the company. You can also evaluate the bottom line profit margin. If they have increased, your organizational culture has begun to have a positive effect on your organization as a whole. Lastly, the other way you can evaluate your success is in your turnover ratio. If you are keeping employees, they are satisfied and happy working with you. If you're not, then that organizational culture needs to be refined so that you are continually keeping employees and good talent and not losing.